Welcome to the stream. Okay, we don't have big plans today. Just mostly going to be out doing a little bit of adventuring. Going to unlock drones, which we have not yet done. And probably play with some trains. We're starting to get our factory spread out now across the map, so getting to the point where we need some transportation. But right now, we're just out killing stuff, grabbing loot. Yeah, I already got that one. Pure limestone. What do we got here? Pure iron. Limestone and iron, that's a good combo. Can make a lot of good stuff with that. Okay. Low-key goat music is the best soundtrack on this game. Hear that funky ass organ? Seriously, bro? Bro's taking pot shots at me. I have some of those. I got enough. Maybe I should build the radiation suit. Guess I can't get it. Where is it? Oh, I think it's actually a hub thing.
is a shrine to windows and weaving. Defile the scripture.
That's an assembler. Do I not have that recipe unlocked? Mycelia and biomass. Okay, I don't have the filter recipes unlocked apparently. Mycelia. $25 fabric and 100 polymer resin. Isn't that my buddy? don't have palm. Yeah, we do. We have polymer resin here. Don't we? It's a byproduct of this one here. Yeah, this guy has polymer resin. We need to make the fabric. That we need a workshop. Thing? We do that. No, it's a crafting table. Six. I just need more biomass.
Research completed. Polyester fabric recipe unlocked. Using polyethylene terephthalate, production of a lightweight and strong fabric can be automated. It has many of the properties of naturally sourced fabric, and also amplifies body odor.
Actually, we have extra water. Kind of don't really want to use it though, because that system is mostly in balance. Hey, the oh man. Or the man. The man. Oh, hey buddy, how you doing? Thank you for the compliments on the factory. This is 144 gigawatts nitro rocket fuel factory. This is where all the magic happens right here. 16 blenders making 144 gigawatts of power. Of course, there's a little bit of support besides just those 16. It's going great. I'm just having fun today. Don't have any huge plans here. Killing things. Right now I'm making a little fabric because I need a gas mask, or actually what I really need is a radiation filter. Not enough room. Yeah, I have mixed feelings about oil. This whole factory is really, it's based on oil. So that is a big plus, but I don't know. Pipes, man, pipes. It can be a little bit of a pain. They're very finicky. I had to rebuild this pipe system here like 3 times just to get this thing to work. Spent a bunch of time on that crude pipe up there, but the cool thing is this singular crude oil node here is the only crude used in this entire factory. Just a single node for 144 gigawatts. Yeah, it's mostly around pipes. Like, I actually had to rebuild this in order to get it to work. Anytime you're working with 600, you know, the pipe is full. This is a Mark II pipe. So anytime you have a full pipe, there's, it gets real finicky at the end of the line. Like these are the last ones in the line right here. Let's see where they're running at. It's running at 100%, so that's good. Took me a while to get it to run at 100%. See this one right here, 77. It should be the exact right amount of oil for this number of refineries, but at the very end of the line, sometimes it doesn't get there. And so it can be a little bit... Yeah, I know, this music is amazing. I figured I usually play the other stuff a little, but today I want to be a little bit more whimsical and just have some fun instead of being all serious and building a factory. So I figured the goat music was appropriate. Crank this guy up. 75 water. Tips for beginners. Yeah, I mean, I actually have a video on YouTube with a bunch of tips, but it's a couple years old. These days, my biggest tips are using blueprints. Get good at blueprints, and you can build big scalable factories pretty easily. This is took me about 15 hours to build this, but it's just a whole bunch of blueprints. can see. Each one of these, so there's 2 blueprints for that entire thing. 2 blueprints here. This one is 8 blueprints, and then those are, well, there's 288 refineries, and there's 4 per blueprint. So I'm able to scale, build things at scale a little bit faster. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's part of the fun, you know? Building your own blueprints. I don't have anything against using other people's blueprints, but that's the part I really enjoy, is just kind of figuring out how to make everything fit in that space. That's the challenge. You know, I used to build stuff, you know, by hand. I've been playing this game since before blueprints were around. And so I built a lot of stuff fairly, you know, mostly by hand. Well, I guess it had to be by hand because you didn't have any other choice back then. Need to make some room here. Grab some more of these. Put this in the trash. Yeah, I can run back to the base and show you a couple of my blueprints here in a sec. I'm just gonna put some more of this polymer resin in my new polyester factory over here. Oh, I want to get some of these nuts. Where is it? There it is. This is not a thing that I really use normally in the game, so I just have this little tiny factory. I just unlocked it a few minutes ago, actually. I built this factory yesterday. Yeah, it's Buzzbomb, at Buzzbomb, BUZZBOMB, no space or anything. So yeah, I built this factory here with blueprints yesterday. I built some of the blueprints, some of them were previous ones that I already had. But this one has got, this is 32 constructors, another 32 constructors. This is, each one of these are 9 assemblers. This one is 32 foundries, another 32 foundries. This one is just kind of a bunch of different stuff. This one over here has 8 manufacturers. And this whole thing is making, I was doing a little debugging, that's why the floor is missing there. But this whole thing is making 20 modular frames per minute. 2.5 per minute times 8. I have another factory out there, that's the computer factory. This is my main base here. So this is mostly where I do the designing and testing of my blueprints. So like here, this is one of those 9 assembler blueprints. This is an older one, so it's not quite as pretty as some of the newer ones. This is the encased industrial beams that I did yesterday for the for that modular frame factory, heavy modular frames. So what I do normally is I have this set of generic blueprints. So like this one is the 8 blender blueprint. Don't have the resources on me to load that right now, it looks like. But like here's the 4 manufacturers. So I just set it up once and get all the stuff dialed in, and like the 8 factory is just this duplicated with another floor, and you can see I have several of those set up over here. This one's making adaptive control units, space elevator parts, and this piece here is another blueprint that I just stick on the front, and that's my input adapter. It just makes it easy to set up your inputs instead of having to go and manually connect all those. Yeah, I can show you in just a sec here. Here's another version of that. I got it all glassed in. How do I get in? So this one is using that same 8 manufacturer blueprint, but it's just customized with different recipe and different clock speeds. Yeah, the thing is that you have limited space, and you can see that I don't have any more room. I can't put the output lines on it because it's totally full. So I make multiple. So let's clear this one, and we'll load up the so I have like these mergers that go on the side. This one you can snap onto the side of one of those manufacturers, and when you have auto connect turned on, these little short belts will automatically connect to the manufacturers. Making a blueprint is pretty easy. I have to admit the UI can be kind of obtuse, but I'm finally getting the hang of it. So if I wanted to do a bunch of assemblers, you know, basically got to leave some room on the sides there, but once you've done that, just stick a bunch of them down, and I assume you're using the hotkeys. Hotkeys are kind of critical. I'll put some splitters on here. Make sure they go in the direction I want. Then I can put some belts. And if you want them to auto-connect, you need to... It's going to be tough to make this one auto-connect, but I can... Let me see which... I think we got more space here. Let's just get rid of this one. I can show you how that works. Actually, if I... This is probably not the best example, but you can put down a... like a stackable... here. And as long as you have these belt tag ends on there, when you place down two blueprints right next to each other, and you have auto connect mode on, it will basically do that work for you. So now we got just little tag ends out here, and I'm not going to do any more. We'll just save this as a test. Okay. Now, if I have some space, I don't really have very much space in this place anymore. We can go to that blueprint we just created, which was test assemblers. Yeah, I got room here. And place one down. Maybe I can, let's get a little closer over here. Oops. That's the other really nice thing about blueprints is that you can delete large parts of your factory really quick and pick it up and put it down. Oh, you're on controller? Anyway, let's see if I can get this to work. So I'm gonna just push it over as far as I can, and that should have enough room. Now, if you put it into auto connect mode, you can see those little links right there. These little link icons means that it's gonna connect. And as you, so right there, it's not gonna connect. But if I go like that, it will put it back into auto connect mode. So you can make long assembly lines really easy this way. Another good tip for you for blueprints, this is actually a little testing area right here. And so I ran a bunch of the different kinds of resources that I needed to test whatever blueprint I'm working on over here. And then I'll, because you can't actually run the blueprint while it's inside the machine, you can't power the machine, so there's a bunch of stuff you can't do. So I will build it right there and then set one up right next to it and plug it all in and test it and find out what's wrong. Oh, I missed a belt, I forgot to set a recipe on a machine, wired something wrong, whatever. Just go right over here, make the change, and then delete this one, and then place down my fixed one again and test it again, so you can iterate pretty quickly on these blueprints that way. So I was working on, let's see, I have fabric. I want to get my gas masks. And I also want to unlock, oh yeah, I need the gas filters to unlock the hazmat suit. That's what I'm working on right now. I think I placed down this guy here. Fabric? We already have fabric. That's not what I'm looking for. Oh. Yeah, I need to unlock the... How do you make these? Oh, I guess I have to unlock it over here. This one. Okay, I just need a little bit of coal. Cilia. This is the one that I'm trying to do. Start it. Cool. So now I have the recipe I need for the filters.
Research completed. Gas mask and filter unlocked. Mycelia fabric is highly absorbent, making it more effective at toxic gas filtration than the standard issue Pioneer helmet. A pleasant pine scent is included. Gas filters require regular replacement for optimal safety.
Where's the gas filter? Oh, it needs a manufacturer. It depends. Sometimes I use raw. Sometimes I use other components. So in this case, I think this one's pure raw stuff. This is making circuit boards, and we take copper and quartz, and that's it. So this guy makes the ingots. This whole floor, I believe, is... Oh, no, there's a couple other things here. Then this one's taking the ingots, making into sheets. Then up here, that's the same, but I think these ones are... Well, I guess the next floor is different. So here, the raw quartz comes in and gets made into silica, and then those copper sheets from downstairs and that silica come in to make circuit boards. So yeah, this one is taking pure raw, but like that factory that I just did over there with the heavy modular frames, you know, like the steel ingots come from one factory. And actually, yeah, here's another good example. Like this factory is smart plates, and it needs reinforced iron plates and rotors. So it doesn't take in raw resources. It just takes in reinforced iron plates and rotors. And then this one's making rotors. And it takes in steel pipe and wire. And so this one over here is making steel pipe. And this one's making steel beams. This one's making concrete. This one's making reinforced iron plates. And then I often, when I first unlock something, I'll just put down a temporary factory like this. This guy, yeah, I'll probably make a bigger one of these later in the game. But you need the SAM fluctuators to do the dimensional depots. And so you want to put a dimensional depot on top of all of your resources. Like here, got reinforced iron plates on there. And that way, you have access to it in your inventory. You have to unlock all this stuff. I don't know if you've done that yet, but here in Alien Technology, this is the dimensional depot stuff. Yeah, the holes are, I mean, they're mostly aesthetic. Like, for example, I actually, on some of these factories, I'm not using them. Like this one right here, you can see. I just have the lift right through the floor. But these are earlier builds. On the later stuff, I'm much more, yeah, not super concerned about it. But yeah, on that factory I built yesterday, I pretty much used the floor holes for everything for the conveyor lifts. But I'm not super, you know, some people are very, very concerned about nothing ever clipping. Like this belt right here would be totally unacceptable, a belt going through a splitter like that. But it doesn't bother me as much, so. You can insert from the inventory, but it doesn't pull it automatically. You have to, you actually, so like if you want to put something in the depot, you can just shift click it. Like if I want to get rid of my hover pack, I can just shift click and, well, the stuff that's goes on your body is a little bit different, but like so if I wanted to put these barrel nuts in, no, actually let's just use something else like this biomass. If I shift click it, it will go over here and it will add it to the depot. Or you could put a depot on top of an output bin, like in this case, here's my liquid biofuel, which I use for flying with my rocket, my jetpack, and it goes up into this one, and it says there's no more space left because there's already 200. I only have 2 stacks unlocked right now. Well, it does in some ways. So one thing that you need to be careful of is like this take from inventory before depot. You want to make sure that that's checked, especially when you're doing stuff like, you know, these big blueprints, because it will keep pulling stuff from your depot each time you place one down, and then if you delete it, then you'll have like double the parts in your inventory, and it'll just keep adding. And that's actually the reason why I have this right here. So I just throw stuff in it that I don't want and put it into the awesome sink. Because after iterating a bunch of times on a blueprint, you get a whole bunch of stuff in your inventory. But hopefully you're making enough stuff that it doesn't really matter if you just sink it. In the early game, you're really short on resources, so sinking your resources is not the best idea. Oh yeah, here's another hot tip. I don't know if you know this, but you want to use, whenever you're converting your power slugs, you want to make sure you use the somber sloop, and that will double the number of output that you get. So those pink ones are usually, purple ones are usually worth 5, but because I have the somber sloop in here, I get 10 back for each one. So you want to do that with your creature remains and with your power shards. Let's see. What did we want to do? Gas masks. Oh yeah, that was a manufacturer. So I'm going to delete this because I thought it was an assembler, but we needed a manufacturer for this. Fabric, coal, and iron plates. Yeah, the thing is that those, well, later in the game you can actually manufacture power shards in the very end game. But between now and then you have a limited number of slugs, so it's really good to duplicate them. Is there an alternate recipe for this? Oh yeah, you definitely want to use alternate recipes if you have the option. Oh yeah, for circuit boards, well, I did the same thing in this playthrough. Before I had the ability to create circuit boards, I actually just went around to crash sites and collected circuit boards from crash sites. I do that a lot. In fact, yesterday, I don't have fused modular frame factory yet, and I want to use Mark III miners, which require fused modular frames. And so I just went to some crash sites that have them, and I collected them. Yeah, alternate recipes are for me, they're super critical. Basically, almost everything I do is alternate recipes. So, for example, this one here. This is the modular frame factory, but I'm using the steeled frame recipe. And that's because it uses steel pipes. And I build a lot of steel pipes. And then I just use steel pipes in lots of recipes. Like this one here is the steel rotor recipe, which uses steel pipes as well. And then I have this big steel pipe factory here. And then one of those 64 constructor sites that I just showed you a little while ago, that is a steel pipe factory as well. It makes 820 steel pipes a minute. Yeah, when you unlock a recipe, you don't have to use it. Another hot tip about recipes, when you scan a hard drive, you don't have to pick anything. In fact, it's actually often better to not pick anything. There's a limited number of recipes. Well, each time you unlock something in here, not always, but quite often, it will add new recipes. For example, I think it's, I think on this one, industrial manufacturing, it adds like 5 different recipes or 8 different recipes to the pool when you do that. And so that you kind of want to keep that pool of recipes small so that when you're looking for a particular recipe, it doesn't take very many hard drives. If you just go and lock everything, then your pool is really large. So what I do is I start scanning hard drives right away in the game, and I just keep scanning hard drives. And you can see right here, this one, when I scanned this one, there was only 1 recipe in the pool, so it actually only brought up one recipe. But yeah, once you unlock an alternate recipe, you don't have to use that recipe for everything. In fact, so like for this pipe factory here, I'm using a recipe called molded pipes. So this one is molded steel pipe, and it takes concrete and steel ingots, and it makes more. It's more efficient. But for the factory that I just built yesterday, I didn't really want to add that complication of a bunch more concrete into the factory, so I just used the standard steel beam or steel ingot to steel pipe recipe that uses constructors. So you can just use whatever you want at whatever time. This particular playthrough I'm doing is 5x space elevator parts and 2x power, so I'm a little bit more resource constrained. I'm also random nodes and random purity, so I'm a little bit more resource constrained, and so I'm using a lot more of the higher efficiency alternate recipes in this playthrough. Anyway, what I'm trying to do here is, so what was it? Coal and sheets. No, you can switch back and forth all the time. So you can put down like an assembler, and if I wanted to make rotors, I have 2 different rotor recipes, and I could pick the original. This is the original one, and just go with it. Or I can pick the alternate, which uses the steel pipes, which is the one I like. But like I said, for example, when I want to make steel pipes, there's 2 different ways I can do that. And I can come in here and on the foundry, use the molded steel pipe recipe, which takes concrete and steel ingots, or I could use the normal constructor one, which takes steel ingots. So, you can have both of them running at the same time. Doesn't matter. It's up to you. It's a case-by-case basis. Like, I have different reasons why I use them. In some cases, I want a simple production chain, and I want to simplify everything. And so, like, for example, with motors, and if I want to do motors, motors are basically, 3 assemblers, and you want stators on one. So here's the normal stator recipe, which is steel pipes and wire. And then the rotor recipe, the normal rotor recipe, is iron rods and screws. But if you use the steel rotor recipe, it actually uses steel pipe and wire. So now you just need 2 types of resources, and then you make your rotors and your stators, and then the motor takes 2 rotors and 2 stators. So it really simplifies your production chain. And I think it's probably a little bit more efficient to use that recipe, but I'm not sure. In that case, I use it just because it simplifies my production chain. But like in the case of the pipes, and I picked the molded pipe recipe, well, that's because here at this base, this is actually a starter area in the northern forest. And normally there's lots of iron here, but because I'm using random nodes, I didn't get very much iron. So I chose to use the molded pipe recipe because I had a lot of limestone and not as much iron. And the molded pipe recipe lets you make the pipes a lot cheaper if you've got concrete. So, you know, it's case-by-case basis. What I would do is, this is your first playthrough, I would just kind of mostly stick with vanilla and, you know, go through and build everything and, you know, work your way through the game and don't really worry about it too much. But later on, you know, in this particular playthrough I'm on right now, I'm basically abusing them. I have almost every factory is large amounts of alternate recipes. So like in this factory right here, this big building here is an alternate recipe. This one is basically an alternate recipe. This one is actually the normal vanilla recipe, but these are both alternates, and that one is an alternate recipe as well. So there's really, this is the only section of this plant over here, which is the normal pipe recipe. And the reason why I didn't do the other one is because I don't have as much concrete over here, but I do have lots of steel. This one makes steel with compacted coal and iron, and the compacted coal is a byproduct of the recipe that I use over at my power plant. So in the power plant, when you make the rocket fuel with the alternate recipe, this is an alternate recipe, this one is alternate recipe, and this one's an alternate recipe. But this recipe has a byproduct. One, it makes rocket fuel, but it also has compacted coal. And since I have all this compacted coal, then I decided to use that that alternate recipe that takes compacted coal and makes a lot of steel. And so, you know, like I said, you don't need to do all of these things in your first playthrough, but eventually they become the normal recipe for rocket fuel. To be honest, I've never done it. I've only ever done this nitro rocket fuel recipe, but let me look it up. So I'm using this one. The normal one is this one right here, which takes nitric acid and turbo fuel. And then it also makes compacted coal as a byproduct. But I've never actually built this version. I've only ever used the nitro rocket fuel recipe. Yeah, hypertubes are great, but I don't actually use hypertubes anymore. I will use hypertube cannons, but I don't actually do the hypertubes. I in my last playthrough I did do some hypertubes, but usually these days what I do is I'll just wait until I get the rocket or the jetpack and then use hypertubes for everything, or hypertube cannons, I should say. So this guy's making supercomputers. This is a temporary one. Oh, there's no supercomputers in here. Must have used them all. I need to get this. Oh, you know what? I did it over here. Let me go over here. I think I can. Hey, Sarge. I think I've got the plates that I need over here. No, this is the wrong factory. Yeah, this is a pipe version. I just set this up for testing. A lot of the stuff here at my main base is just me testing stuff. But I need plates. Where can I steal some plates from? This guy has plates. Are we connected? We're powered off. Let's turn this on. Yeah, but you don't have to put 4 things into it, but the production chain before that is more complicated. That recipe, it cuts down of a bunch of the previous machines that you need to make those other things like nitric acid. Nitric acid, you need water and nitrogen gas and refineries and water extractors. Where with the nitro rocket fuel recipe, you just need a miner for the sulfur, a miner for the coal, and then a well extractor for the gas, and then whatever fuel. So what we want to do is steal the plates from this factory. Plates go in here. Oh, come on. There we go. I got room for it right here. Do a manufacturer. No problem. I don't mind at all. That's my favorite game. I love talking about it, so no worries at all. What are we making? Gas filters. Got me a little distracted from my project, but this is not an important project. Like I said in this stream, I'm just messing around and having fun. I've been building serious stuff for the last couple days, and I'm trying to just have a little bit of fun. That's why I'm making these gas filters. I'm gonna go out and kill some more creatures without having to worry about radiation. And I don't care about the stinky stuff as much, but the radiation gets to me. Okay, so we need fabric and coal and plates and power. So we got the plates. Fabric we don't really have here. I'm just gonna put down a box for both of those. Put it over here on this side. And fabric in here. Go grab some coal. I don't have a box of coal, so I'm just gonna go steal it from some machines. Don't need a lot of this stuff. Yeah, the daisy chaining is awesome, and I do use it a lot, but there is a little bit of a trap with it where you can end up chaining machines together, and then when you delete a machine, then half of your factory goes down because your factory was dependent on it. So I really try to make an effort to have my power system on power poles, and like, you know, so in this blueprint I have this one power pole on the end, and then I daisy chain the stuff inside. And that way, if I delete this blueprint, then there's not some other machine that's dependent on power from one of those devices. So okay, so this thing should be making some gas filters. Let's Somersloop this too. So I just Somersloop this, which makes it, I'm at 2x power, so it makes this one machine use 1.5 gigawatts of power. But fortunately, I just built a factory that makes 144 gigawatts the other day, so I'm not too worried about it. I would have been like 3 days ago. Okay, so I think we need 50 of these to unlock the next thing. Yeah, we're waiting on 50 of these. I mean, I could have handcrafted these, but let's grab let's put a box on some coal here. So we got coal coming in. Super slow on this one. Okay, here, we can do it right here. This coal's not moving at all. I just want to steal some of it. And we'll put a smart splitter. And on the smart splitter, I'm going to say left overflow and go into that box. So now if any coal that's blocking, or if this splitter's being blocked, then it will send whatever, it'll keep sending it that direction. And so that way we can collect up some coal for our other factory over here. Oh yeah, well, daisy chain, you actually have to unlock it. It's in the MAM. I don't know if that's what you mean. So it's on Caterium, I believe. Yeah, it's this one right here. Upgraded power connections. So you need computers, high-speed connectors, and quick wire to unlock it. And then once you do, then each machine now can accept 2 power connections instead of just 1. I need to put a box down here. Yeah, I had the same thing. I didn't understand what it was doing when I first started playing 1.2. Didn't know how to get it. Okay, so now we can do this one. And
Milestone reached. The hazmat suit protects the wearer from radiation by consuming iodine-infused filters. You may find this protection essential if you are going to finally get around to saving humanity. I previously gave you compliments in an attempt to inspire you, but it might have given you the wrong idea. I will definitely be totally honest with you from this moment on. Here is a demonstration of a truthful compliment. That suit looks like it was made for you. Because it was.
we want to do this one, but we don't have the radio control units. I thought we had some. I have some other boxes I can go look in and see if there's any in there. We'll grab some more fabric on our way back. There's my fabric right there. There's 22, but I need 50. Let's grab these turbo motors also. Okay, nothing else in there that I care about. Yeah, it is pretty funny. I should have dropped off some stuff. Well, whatever. I can come back. It'll be faster to go this way. I mean, I was playing a little bit of Minecraft before I got back into this game. I played a bunch of State of Decay too. That was really fun. I played Factorio a bunch. Well, not really compared to this, but I'm excited for State of Decay 3 to happen. I think that's supposed to happen next year. Guess it doesn't matter which is which. I want to get rid of this smokeless powder. I have a hard time going back to Factorio now. Let's grab some more copper plates, copper sheets. I have some in here. Okay, that should make me bullets. Nubbles. Alright, we're about ready to go back out hunting. I do need to make my iodine infused filters and hazmat suit. How do we make this? We need fabric. All right. Finally got a hazmat suit. Okay, and then make some more of these guys. Yeah, I really like the research in Factorio better than here. Satisfactory. I mean, I love Satisfactory. It's great. I love the progression. My last playthrough, I did 25% power, space elevator parts, and recipes, just so I could go through fast and do the progression really fast. Got the whole game done in 33 hours. Alright, let's get rid of some of this junk in the inventory, and then we'll go out and play. Let's put this suit on. Which way should we go? I'm gonna go over this direction. Don't really want to go into the swamp too much. But that's where there's some good loot because I haven't gone in there very much yet. Did go in there for a few minutes yesterday to grab some used modular frames. Yeah, I got a little bit annoyed in Factorio about the Geba or whatever it is. Had a lot of trouble keeping that one going. Need more heat sinks. Any on the ground here? I might be able to craft some. Hey boys. Oh jeez. Hey, buddy. Well, why not? Oh, you're still alive. What do I want? Heat sinks? Ooh, I can make them. Yeah, those dudes, they have armor right on their face, so it's best to throw it at their butt or their side or on the ground beside them. I've been killed by them many times by throwing a knobblisk at them and them shooting it while it's in the air close to me and then blowing up and killing me. Oh, I need 25. Okay. Kind of brave of me to sit here and craft right here. I'm so brave. Or AKA stupid. Speaking of stupid, should we go down there? Why not? This guy's even got more HP than that dude. And he's much more deadly. Just almost one-shotted me there. Where is it? What do we need? Superposition oscillators? I don't even think they have any of those on the map. Ooh, stink. Okay, here's another hard drive. I don't know what this one takes. Repairs. Silica. I don't think I have any silica. Some turbo motors right here. Oh, I do have silica. Cool. Time to get out of here. I'll delete this first. Ah, dang it. That was not very effective. The bacon is used for inhalers. Inhalers are I don't pretty much don't eat any of this stuff. I only use it to create inhalers. There's like 5 different recipes that you can use to make inhalers, so uh-oh. Oh, there we go. I pushed my luck a little too far. Womp womp. It wouldn't be a trip to the swamp unless I died. Alright, I need to go get some coffee. This is a good enough time as any. I'll be right back. Okay. I guess we need to go recover my corpse.
Next time you are doing that, don't.
Okay. Thanks for the hot tip. Let's at least put this up on the board so we know what we want to do. We want to get some radio control. Oh, I don't have them in my inventory anymore. I don't have any in here. I wonder if there's any left on the map. Oh, there are none on the map, it looks like. Okay. I need some biofuel. Okay. Alright, let's go recover our stuff. Oh my goodness. He almost one-shotted me. I forgot to drink my potion. Alright, any loot that we want? Any loot? I think I was actually already out here and got the used modular frames. Let me get my object scanner out. Do I have one in my inventory? Don't see it. We'll use it instead of this. This way. There it is. Hey, thanks for swinging by, the man. Swing by anytime. Appreciate the chat. He's still alive down there, apparently.
Your waves lap at our shores. When will you land? Play.
Is there nitrogen right here? No, that's water. Can I pick this one up? Okay. $25 cooling devices for this one. Where are you? Oops. I guess it doesn't really matter so much. I have my radiation suit now. I forgot. No wonder I wasn't taking damage. Oh yeah, but my filter is going down, I see. Guess that's just the trail that it was blocking. Oh, hey. Oh, sorry, bird. Innocent bystander caught in a crossfire. Hey, buddy. Where is it? Hey, Puck. Blap. Yeah, I'm blapping them. Having a little bit of fun today. Not doing any serious projects. Project of seek and destroy. I do want to go unlock the drones. Wait, I can't unlock drones. I need radio control units for that. I guess I could craft some. Bees. Uh-oh. What are you doing in the water there, buddy? Adventuring is so much more fun when you're properly armed. And when you have the correct soundtrack. I just start blasting. Give me some of these nuts. Alright, where am I? There it is. That's what I'm here for. get all the parts. Some more parts right here. Bacon. It's bacon. All right, where you go? Up here. Ah.
Lift lab consumed.
Here. I just start blasting. 30 megawatts. Hey, what do we have a stray power pole doing out here? That ain't cool. No hunting in the sanctuary park. No hunting allowed. I kind of feel like I want to expose this Mercer sphere. Don't really want to collect it, but... Hey, where are my... Okay, these guys are here still. What about these guys? They're still here. Where's the bean? No, there's the bean right there. Alright, it's time to go unlock some drones. That means we gotta build some radio control units. What's the recipe for a radio control unit? Oh, okay. We got all that. $34, and I got 22, and we need 50. Yeah, we need to work on some trains because these parts are all on disparate parts on the map. Casings on the cliff side, radio computers and crystal oscillators all the way down in the grassy fields. Radio control units. There we go. Raining. Sheets. Casings. Motors. Oh, come on.
Milestone reached. Drones provide automated low-capacity aerial transport between drone stations. Stations need to be supplied with any kind of fuel for the drones to function. Fixit had several restrictions in place prohibiting creative use of drones. I have since removed those because I think no pioneer would ever misuse Fixit property right under their noses. Especially since everything is recorded.
We only got 2 purples out of that whole trip. My goodness. The map is getting thin of power slugs. Got some yellow ones. Alright, maybe it's time to switch up the music a little bit. Turbo motors. There's really nothing in there I care about. Railway signaling, we should do this. Some computers. Pipes. Sheets. Twenty hard drives. How many more recipes do we have? Dude, there's only 20 more recipes left in the game. Ooh, we got a lot of moisture stairs. Oh, I already put my computers into the supercomputer factory. No computers in here? We have this thing turned off. Alright, we'll just go steal some back. It's ironic that we have a 30 computer per minute factory on the other side of the map. That's why we need to do the trains. Or the drones.
Milestone reached. Train signals placed on train rails can control and improve train behavior. This helps to avoid events where multiple trains attempt to occupy the same physical location. For information related to earlier train events, please refer to your employee non-disclosure agreement.
Okay, we got lots of those now. We need... yeah, we should have enough. Just this much. We're not going to use jump pads, but just for completion's sake, 50 rotors and 150 cable. And tier A, we still got nukes and particle enrichment, but we're not going to unlock those now. How we doing on our drive? Should be almost done. 2 more minutes. We want to build, let's go over to the, blueprint. See if we can get rid of anything in here. I guess we're okay.
Milestone reached. The Fix-It jump pad combines high technology and innovation for optimized factory traversal and an ideal travel experience. Clarification. Ideal travel experience not guaranteed, individual results may vary. Pioneers are responsible for all workplace accidents resulting from jump pad usage.
Good morning.
Tool belt expanded. The latest data indicates that the mycelia possess sentience. Don't worry, we have been given permission to harvest and repurpose their remains.
Programmable splitter? I mean, why?
And display chat for both Twitch and YouTube.
Yeah,
Because YouTube thinks you're schizophrenic.
it's fine. Everybody understands that I'm schizophrenic. No more recipes left in the pool, so no reason to scan anything. Well, I guess that's about all we can do there. Let's go back and do some more. Oh, let's switch this back to hog. Classic. Get him?
Due to Pioneer request and several reported issues with staircases, there is now a more efficient solution. The Fix-It personnel elevator ensures optimal safety by putting a Pioneer in a box controlled by a rudimentary AI, specialized in soothing a straining mind. Exposure to a Fix-It personnel elevator is recommended to be a minimum of 2 minutes per day for optimal gain.
I don't know. Should we do long or short? Seems like short is better because that way it can curve more. What is this thing called? Train thing. Let's call it railway. Yeah, what's the point of auto connect if it only connects just a very short distance? Okay, this is kind of cool. Ooh. Wait, you can paint rails? Oh, that's cool. Well, we do need to start doing some trains. Not a big fan of this design. With 4x4. Mm. lights are not hooked up in this thing? These are wired dumb. Oops. One doesn't seem to be any good anymore. Well, I think that's going to do it for the stream. I did accomplish everything I wanted to do, which was nothing. Killed a lot of innocent creatures. Well, some not so innocent, like the big stinky spider. I accidentally killed one Boyd. He was an innocent bystander in the battle to the death with a spider, or two spiders actually, large ones. I don't think they were the stinky ones, they're just the regular kind. Unlocked drones. Did play with the train station and kind of getting some thoughts on how to do trains. We have our the new heavy modular frame factory that we were just at, plus the computer factory now. So we're starting to spread stuff around. We're gonna have an aluminum factory over there. Here's heavy modular frames, and then computers are out here. So we do need to build a train network so we can get all this stuff together. That's a good boy. So yeah, that's the computer factory over there. Crystal oscillators in the green. The tall one is computers. This is our rubber factory and supplemental power. And 44 gigawatts of power up there. All right, thanks for the ride, bud. We got a couple of things left to unlock. We need to unlock nukes and particle enrichment, but neither of those are in a big hurry. Now that we've got this power online, guess we can start thinking about phase 4. this is, what is it, 20? Yeah, 20 heavy modular frames per minute right here. It's just a couple of blueprints. 64 foundries for our steel. 64 constructors for our steel pipes. These two are making modular frames. These are making encased industrial beams. This guy's making reinforced iron plates, 60 of them. And then this guy's making the 20 heavy modular frames. It says 6, but these throughput monitors are not very good when you have low throughput. Anyway, that's going to do it for the stream. Appreciate the likes and the subs on YouTube. Hit the bell if you want to be notified. I stream pretty much every day. Really appreciate the chats. Did a couple of large projects recently, that one and this one, so I decided to take it a little easy today. Have some fun. Not quite ready to take on anything big yet, but we'll probably work on the train network a little bit on the next stream. All right, that's going to be it. Thank you, and bye-bye.